anyway, so here I was, just watching another video, and then her stupid video popped up, and I was too far away to go and shut it off, and I heard the idiot honestly say the most stupid thing. So yes, so her big schnoz was back in the Dillards because the ring spoke to her. So in other words, the ring that she put her dirty friggin' mitts on and didn't buy, she dreamt about it all night and then ate 3 bricks of cheese, and then goes and has to buy the one ring that she didn't get. And so she has a big fake ring, and then is wearing the H&M blazer that said she's going to take back. And her schnoz smells this Estee Lauder smell. And everywhere she went in the store, she could smell it. So, of course, to her, who doesn't get that she gets nose blind from every scent that she wears for more than 5 minutes, she loves a scent that she thinks she can continue to smell. So her uncouth, kicked out of Brookline, idiot self walks up to the Estee Lauder, by admission, walks up to the Estee Lauder consultant and says the words, "That perfume is that much? You know you can get it much cheaper on eBay." Oh, no! 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 Don't stop bothering people who are on commission and are actually working for a living. Just leave them alone. Don't go up and show what a freaking white trash piece of shit you are and go and tell them something like that. What the? No. This is how Carol had to live, is having her embarrassment of a 400-pound toddler going around acting entitled, using Carol's money for everything and saying such tacky things while acting like she is so much better than everybody. So she then admits that then she went and got that scent off of eBay because, oh, it's a tester and it's genuine. Which then she breaks down to say means that somebody either stole it or it was somebody who worked for there who got it for gratis and then sold it. Because they don't get very much money for when they work per hour, so they get gratis and then they can sell it. No, you can't. That is 1,000% against your contract and your brand. You cannot sell what you are gifted. And you are not given all of this stuff for gratis. What does she think? Oh, that's right. She's never actually held a job and worked a job and seen what it's like to actually earn money because she quits or gets fired 2 months into it, max. She doesn't know what it's like to actually have to depend on her behavior keeping in check and her managing her emotions and her volatile outbursts in order to keep a job to support herself and it was her offspring. She doesn't know what it's like, so she doesn't know. She thinks she knows, and she's going off like, oh yeah, well they get this gratis. She knows so much. She doesn't know crap. She got asked not to come back to Sephora for all of her stupid returns. She's on the no-sell list at Sephora. Talented. But then you were telling everybody that you were going to get the job at Sephora, right? Right. You can't even be a customer there anymore because you abused their return system so bad. You don't know what you're talking about. And this is why she's speaking to people who don't know what they're doing. They're apparently like looking at YouTube, hitting buttons, and subscribing to her because this is getting more and more ridiculous. She talks like she's some kind of a know-it-all, some kind of a beauty industry expert, guru, influencer. And like, she is not. She doesn't know what she is talking about. Okay? No. So, yeah, she probably, if somebody stole a tester and put it up on eBay and sold it, that's what she's getting, she thinks. Okay? goods off of eBay then, because I just can't. How many perfumes can she have? And then she has to brag about the one time that she moved. And yes, I know I just did the one time at band camp. The one time when she moved, like 2 moves ago, and she was making her friend move her or whatever, and she made her just throw away all of her perfume because she wasn't going to have enough room in her new place for her perfume. And then remember a couple of months ago when she gave away all of her makeup to somebody because she wasn't going to buy brand makeup anymore. So what was the MAC haul? People do hauls so they can show what they got for such a great deal and how you can get it too and how you can get this look. Nobody wants the looks that she has. Nobody goes out and says, I want to look like Lori Beth. I absolutely do. No, nobody says it. In fact, sometimes I watch her technique to know what not to do. But this baloney about the fragrance stuff is something that I can speak to as a subject matter expert for being a manager of the fragrance department of a very large department store, and I can say that no, what she's saying is not true. Somebody is selling stolen goods. Not that, they're just going and they should. No. The reason why people would make a lesser wage is because of people like her that return things that affect their bottom dollar. If you're not on commission, like some fragrance representatives are not, they are held to a certain amount that they have to sell. They're held to the standard of volume. They have to sell this much volume to keep their job, okay? So when they're wasting their time on somebody who acts like they are the real coont of Brookline coming through the lowly retail area to talk to the lowly retail clerks, she wants to act like she's so above them. She's so far below somebody, she could not get a job at a cosmetic counter. She could not. Look at the people behind the cosmetic counter, okay? They all have a certain look. They all dress a certain way. They behave in a certain manner. It takes extreme control to get up every day, act a certain way, and sell in a certain way. She has none of those attributes. So she thinks she can become a customer every day. Trust me, this is why she's moving around. This is why she goes to different malls. Because they figure her out and then they ignore her. And if they ignore her, then she'll go and, can I speak to a manager? And Lori Beth will transform into a Karen in 2 seconds flat. I'm telling you. She's an idiot. And who needs to have this much perfume? So now we're supposed to imagine that Worm Girl and Irma and Tay and all of that are all sitting around wondering how they can be like Lori Beth. They're grabbing their blocks of cheese, eating them while they drive. No, they're sitting around just wishing they could do that. Just being her supporters. Yeah, this is why when she names off people that she doesn't approve of, why they have like 900,000 followers. Yeah, because she doesn't approve of this and she doesn't approve of that. Yeah. It was all about what she approves of, right? Just scares me that anybody would actually listen to her and believe anything. I mean, if she wasn't abusing animals, then yeah, you could see the funny part of this imbecile that goes around acting like they are hot crap on a Skittle. I mean, I don't even know what to say after that little thing. I mean, what does she give back? I mean, like, isn't like life about learning, and in that learning you're teaching, and like how you treat others is how you are treated to some degree. I know that it's hard in today's world where people are awfully angry, and so it often feels like the scales aren't even, like you may feel like you're being much more kind and being treated much more negatively than you would like. But for the most part, how you treat people is how you're treated, and I don't know how she feels so above people and seems to get off on treating people horribly. And when she's admonishing her followers now, because they're saying, no, don't leave eBay, YouTube, I can't talk today because I'm just bewildered by what I watched on accident. I apologize. She's like, no, don't tell me not to leave YouTube. That is the worst thing you could ever say to me. That is the worst thing you can ever say to a person. That is the worst thing you could ever say to a person, she says to her followers. That is the worst thing. When she's saying she's going to get off of YouTube, and these people like her for whatever reason, and they say, don't go. She admonishes them and say that, don't say that. That's the worst thing somebody could ever say to somebody. Really? That's the worst thing that's ever been said to her? That's the worst thing anybody could say to her? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her. Becomes more perplexing every day, doesn't it? Now, what about Burke? She euthanized him too? Like, where's Burke? Does Burke know that she euthanized Bella? She's not talking about him. Something's up. So she'll be watching this, and the Lordites will tell her that I was talking about it. So watch. On cue, the Langer will mention the Burke. I feel sorry for Burke. I feel like he could have been a really, really, he could be so far ahead of himself now, because I think that he had to focus so much time and energy on learning how to survive his beast of a mother's addictions and her anger and her alcoholism and her bizarre crap. I mean, here we are. We're just accidentally watching this on YouTube when our thing prompts it. And he had to watch this, and then she started medicating him so that she could sell his medication. Yeah, that's what she did. She sold his medication. She sold his medication that she went and convinced doctors that he had ADD and all these things. He didn't have anything wrong with him. Nothing is wrong with Burke. He just had to try and listen and keep her pacified, and nothing was good enough. And so then she would fight with him, and she based her channel on arguments that she would have with him, and other mothers would try to relate to that, but nah. I just feel like he was a kid who really could have, with a good, strong, solid encouragement, I think he could have been so far in his education, and I wish him the best in everything, and I think it's so great that he is not in her clutches, if you will. What do y'all think of Gungor? I think Gungor didn't know what he was getting himself into either. I think that he was a very early 90-day fiance type thing. I think that he was done being on the cruise ship, and she talked like she had some wonderful place to offer him, and I think that it was the equivalent of Danielle and Muhammad, and he got out when he could. He doesn't seem that odd. Carol seemed like a little confused, tiny woman who probably did have clout and good manners, and probably did come from money. So there's been all these characters along the way, and animals that she wants people to get close to, and then gets mad when they're sad that she murders them. And so now she just goes and shops all day and eats blocks of cheese, which once again proves she doesn't have Crohn's. But then the other day it was comical when she acted like she couldn't do her full vlog because she was in so much pain from her interstitial cystitis. Yeah, she did that to just try and get a little clickbait for the interstitial cystitis. Yeah, notice how she didn't say exactly what the pain was and what she had done to cause that pain, how it was going to be rectified. Yep. Yes, that doctor on there said that she had interstitial cystitis on camera when she pressured him to, and looked like she had a little area of irritation in her bladder, and yeah, that happened. But, you know, why is it that just the one installation or two? And who brings a camera into that? Who brings a camera into you getting a straw up your coochie? Especially hers. I mean, she didn't show him putting on the mining hat, you know, with the big miner's light and everything, going in that cavernous region, getting the garden hose out and everything. No, didn't show that part. But I don't know. I mean, how does she eat that much cheese with? Because if you had a gut stapling, like I said, I think she has several stomachs, because that does not make sense how she can eat. How can you, if you have had the sleeve and your stomach is very small, how can you stick a brick of cheese in it? And then decadent coffee. Oh yes, and then when she's sitting there, you know, in this thing with her blazer on that she got from H&M. Her blazer, making it look like the short man in a little coat routine again. Counts the cars and then says, oh, and you know they're having individual conversations with each. I guess this is going to take me this. Oh, no, but when you're there, you want them to treat you like you just entered the freaking gates of Disney, don't ya? You want them to be all like, oh, hi, Miss Langer. Oh, look at that ring you have on. Oh, who's the mister? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, is this your car? Oh, yeah. So now that she's figured out that they have a conversation with everybody, then it ticks her off that they're having a conversation with everybody, even though she loves it that they're having a conversation with her. So in her world, they should not talk to anybody and only talk to her, because she's special. She can buy a bag of tilapia and decide that she doesn't like it and take back the rest of it. So she's actually not paying for what she's eating, like the rest of us have to pay for our food. Yep. Because she's Laurel Langer from Brookline. Yeah. Yeah. And she knows so much about Gratis. Yeah. Ask her what beauty counter she worked at. Yeah. I think it would be great if she ever got an interview. Like I say, she's scheduling the interviews. It would be great if she started interviewing and got a job at a fragrance counter. And let's see how long she'd last. With all that Gratis and everything. She knows so much about it. What does she do? Just sit there and hang out and act like she's one of them because they're captive audience? I don't know. Just mystifying. And I don't know how her fibromyalgia is in remission, along along with the interstitial cystitis and the Crohn's and everything. Because she can get up and go to the mall every freaking day. Go to the mall, Walmart, everywhere, every day. So the malls are just sitting there at home alone because it's now her full-time job to go and shop and return every day. Pretty much seems like it. Whatever happened to the dating thing? Is she giving that up, or do we not get any more candidates? That's the thing she doesn't realize, is that the guys that she's making fun of are the guys that are appropriate. Like, you get what you are, like where you are. If you're a 10, you're going to get a man who's a 10, or an 8, 8 to 10, within there, She's a 3 and wants a 10. And so when the 3s come along, she wants to act like they're so far below her, but they're above her. Very bizarre person. I think Carol just loves her gigantic baby and just gave her so much self-confidence. Because she thinks so high of herself. I don't know, but somebody asked, why'd she kill Bella? I don't know. Why did she kill Bella? Why did she kill any of her animals? Because she doesn't take care of them. She neglects them. She doesn't know how to take care of anything. She doesn't care about anything or anyone. So, on that question, I don't have an answer, and I'm sorry. If somebody can explain it, I'm open to it. Thanks for listening to another episode on the Real Kunta Brookline. Dwelling in Tucson. Over and out.